You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What's up, good people? Will Smith formally issued an apology to Chris Rock, and I think it's a bunch of nonsense. I think it's a bunch of BS, and I'm about to get into it. Why? But just real quick, let's go ahead and read exactly what the apology says before we get into it. Violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear. However, you can bear her bearing it all for another man and bearing it all publicly and letting everybody know and being messy and sloppy in the process. You can bear all of that, and you could bear all the jokes for that. Interesting. But let's read what else it says. Jokes about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. The only true statement I've heard so far. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. And then he goes on to do the same generic apology that he did to the Academy, the Williams family, and the King Richard family, as he called it, and so forth and so on. So that's pretty much the apology. And like I said, the apology was absolute utter nonsense. I think your first raw reaction is the real reaction. And his first raw reaction was not to apologize to Chris Rock. He didn't offer an apology when he was in tears at the highest emotional state he could ever be in his life, pretty much. When he finally won that Oscar, he did not apologize to Chris Rock. The first reaction is the one that matters. Just like his first reaction was to laugh at the joke until he saw Jada Pinkett Smith not laughing at the joke. And then now all of a sudden he wants to go in full attack mode. No. The first reaction is the one that matters. The apology fell short, and I don't think it's nothing he could do to clean up or clear up what he did. He tried to cloak it under the guise of protection for women. That's a nice route. That was a nice tactic. And as I talked about in my live show that got taken down, his publicist came to him and spoke to him in between every commercial break, which I assume was prepping him for a speech, because everybody knew that Will Smith was going to win. Even Denzel Washington said before the show started, he said, "Oh, it's Will's turn." Which it was. He got slighted enough times with Ali and so many other great performances. Eventually, they had to go ahead and give it to him. This was a perfect performance, so he got it. It was Will's turn. Will won. They knew he was going to win. The publicist was prepping him in between commercial breaks so he would know what to say, and then so he made it seem like he's this guy that has this huge burden of protecting everybody around him, and it just all boiled up that a little bitty scrawny 5'8", 110-pound wet while wearing boots made a joke about something that didn't have anything to do with all that people have been saying about Jada Pinkett Smith, because nobody cared about her alopecia thing. Maybe it was a issue for her, but how was it an issue for her if she walked out in public like that, happy, say it loud, I got alopecia and I'm proud? She could have put on a wig. She could have not even told nobody she had alopecia. She could have went and got a full-blown Beyonce wig and rocked that thing, and nobody would have thought nothing of it. But again, she put her fist in the air. I'm representing for those of us with alopecia. So her doing that was almost her way of essentially saying, hey, it's okay. We can talk about it because I'm not trying to hide it. Which means a joke about it was in bounds, which means his emotional reaction was about all kinds of other stuff that ain't have nothing to do with that joke or Chris Rock, which means it was all nonsense, which means the apology was nonsense. His reaction was nonsense. He was emotional. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry, who was on my live show that got taken down, where he pointed out how back in the 90s when he was working on the set for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he pointed out that Yeah, Will Smith was somewhat of a bully. He would berate cast members, tell them he's going to fire them and do all kind of stuff, and would berate them in front of the live studio audience and make them feel small. And he saw Chris Rock as somebody who, for whatever reason, he was going to make him feel small in that moment. That's what it was about. That's what happened. That's what it is. And the apology means nothing. Nada, zip, zero, zilch. And that's more or less what I got to say to that one. I got more things coming down the pipeline with this one. I'm going to be talking about Tiffany Haddish in her defense of what happened, and the one and only Mr. Derek Jackson. You know he got it wrong. You know he got it wrong. I'm going to be doing a reaction video to that coming down the pipeline. Be on the lookout for it. And with that said, we are out of here. Peace.